Noise.
Man, you know what I don't like, AC, is how woke
What?
Space Marine 2 is. I
How's
just
it
hate
wrong?
I just hate that it's so woke, cuz you have like prominent like Acadian general lady that she's a lady and then she's Indian, and then you have a black ultramarine.
Wait. Let me get this straight, right?
Mhm.
Are you saying Cadia has a continent called the Indian subcontinent,
Mhm.
and within the fictional planet of Cadia, they have Indians? They don't just have Cadians with dark skin because they live in a jungle and like dark skin's actually kind of beneficial for where they live.
See, you might be okay with all this woke mind virus stuff, but me being a
You're an
true
American, no
me
wonder.
being a real man,
You mean an American?
I hate the DEI woke mind virus infecting our great entertainment industry. I just hate it. I hate it.
You mean the one that has the people who are making shit aren't even from? They aren't Americans. They're like the British.
Yeah, exactly. They need to be American and white. Like you remember Acolyte? I hated
Wait.
that.
What do you mean
I
American and white?
I
Proper
hated
Americans?
I hated that.
What
I
do you
hated
mean American and white?
I hated
That's a fucking that
I
is a contradiction. You can't be American and white.
I hated that show. I hated that show so much.
You're
Just
European. You can be European.
I hated that show just like you, because all the woke characters, the witches, all this stuff, and they made a mockery of the lore. You know,
You-
George Lucas would
I did
like,
explain.
George Lucas would spit on that show. He wouldn't even wipe his
You
ass
do
with
know.
it.
You do know George Lucas married a black woman, right?
Man, the woke mind virus is getting to him too. It's no wonder he's not working on it anymore. It's no wonder he's not working on it anymore, right?
You do realize the Empire in the original trilogy represented America, right?
No, it's not political. Why are you
And the
just
rebels were
why
the Vietnamese.
why are you trying to injoke your politics into Star Wars? It's not about politics. It's just about guys with laser swords fighting each other.
It is. So
Yeah.
why was everyone obsessed with the Mandalorian then?
Obsessed with what?
The Mandalorian. Where was the?
Because he was a cowboy in armor and gunslinging and aliens.
You mean he was part of a marginalized group that had been mostly genocided to death by the great overarching government and forced into hiding?
You see, now you're just injecting your political message into my amazing, cool male fantasy show. I don't. Why are you doing this? Why do you?
Message I'm injecting?
Why?
What's the message I'm injecting?
Why do
Explain
you?
the message I
Why
have
do you have
injected.
to? Why do you have to ruin all this stuff with your woke politics?
Explain the message I have injected. Explain what is the message I have injected?
Look, AC, I'm not here to teach you. Okay, I'm not here
Given,
to.
given
I'm not.
I just listed.
I am not
the
here
events
to.
that happened.
I'm not here to explain anything to you. Okay. All right.
You know the Mandalorians basically called their what happened to their planet Crystal Nacht because their planet got turned into a giant crystal. Well, it's actually technically the Knights of a Thousand Tears, but you know
Fake news.
the end result was the same.
Fake news. Fake news.
Wow, you heard it here, folks. He's an insane man who does conspiracy theories. Next thing you know, he's going to start talking about false flag attacks.
God, it hurt
And getting sued.
it hurt to like do that little fucking stupid bit. I hated that. Cause it sucks because there's actual people that like fucking believe that. Like they're like real people they're real people that don't do that as a bit. They're just like, oh yeah, that's just how they are. It's
No,
not
there's
a
real
bit.
people who genuinely, everything Chris just spouted, there are people who genuinely believe that to be true. And most of them really need to go to a psych ward or something. Or, you know, talk to somebody else. Anybody else. They need to talk to someone, maybe someone who's, you know, different race to them for once in their lives.
It hurts. It
would help.
hurts because it's like greatly affecting like our nerd culture today, and
It is, but it's
and like the things that we all like and everything, like they're just being infiltrated by bad actors, like the one I was portraying.
my question is, who are you portraying? Because I can't tell who that was supposed to be. That could have been anyone.
Yeah, that was the whole point.
Like, I was like, is that Alex Jones? Is that Star Wars Theory? I can't tell.
Oh god, don't even get me started on fucking Star Wars Theory. That I used to think that dude was pretty cool, but then he went down the rabbit hole of making videos, just hating on like who's the person
Kenobi.
hating the Acolyte and what's the lady's name?
Kathleen Kennedy.
Yeah, Kathleen Kennedy and like
You mean the one whose entire job is actually just to secure funding? Like, she doesn't
Yeah.
have that much power over the actual story writing. She just tries to get money for them so they can make the stories, and like that's basically her job. There would be like, I mean, I'm sure she has some say in some things, but like, I doubt she has as much say as anyone seems to think she does. At this point, I'm convinced she's like just sort of there, says
She's
her thing,
just-
and goes and works on something else once the funding's secure. She's like, cool, I'm out.
she's the boogeyman. She's like whenever something goes wrong, they just like point fingers at her. Like, oh, that's the reason why it's not doing so well is because of Kathleen Kennedy. She's like
It's not just because you guys are shitty on it so much that like no one wants to watch it, no one wants to make shit for it,
yeah.
and like you guys can't even. Okay, there's a difference, right, between critically looking at something and going, I don't like these aspects of the thing. I can see like why some people, why some people would enjoy this. I know it's not for me. I'm not gonna shit on other people for liking this. I'm just gonna be like, these are my issues with it. It's not especially work. It's more representative of a giant fucking galaxy that has different people in it who aren't what? It's like living on Earth, you know, where majority of the people on the planet are not white.
Exactly.
Have you noticed that? Like, if you're an American, right?
Uh-huh.
You're surrounded by a lot of white people in America. It's quite a white country.
Yeah.
Now, if you go to Europe, right? You go to Spain, and an American, right? An American from... I'm going to show in Texas just because that's where you're from, and I think it's funny. I apologize. I don't apologize. And if they met someone Spanish, right? They would be like, Latinas are everywhere. They're ruining Spain. You know where the Latinas came from.
Yeah.
The original... Like, they're the Spanish are weird because you would consider them white, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I've heard Americans... I could be wrong because I think Latina actually refers to natives from like Central to Southern America who mixed with the conquistadors and like kind of it's kind of like in South Africa where we now have the coloreds who are their own culture, but they are like descendants of the Malays and like the white the Afrikaans from back when the Dutch were making a colony here and brought slaves and shit. But that's what they're the descendants of, and they call themselves colored. And which reminds me of TikTok drama. I think it was like last year, where like where like a black American, right, was like, you can't go calling yourselves coloreds. Like a black, keep in mind they are American. Chris. We're telling colored South Africans. So these are people who called themselves colored, and have done for decades, maybe centuries. I can't speak to knowing the history that well. But they are very proud to be colored. Actually, Moby's colored. If you want to know what they're kind of like. Moby is colored.
Is he? I never knew. I never knew Moby was colored.
No, but like... Yes, you never knew he was a colored who would...
Yeah.
Who would swear at you, but he'd also feed you some of the best food you'll ever eat in your entire life.
You know, I've seen Moby's face several times, and I was like, wow, that guy sure looks white. I like that guy. I like that dude. Look just like how white he is. But now that you told me he's colored, you know, it kind of fits.
But colored's weird because they're like the skin tones. You can't tell someone's colored because Trevor Noah is also colored, and he hosted like the Daily Show.
Really, Trevor Noah is colored. Really?
He's not black. Can you imagine? But he can also speak some German apparently. Or he's kind of like what we'd consider color because he's just of mixed descent. It's not even like I've never thought of it as a racial thing, and the first time I heard about it was through TikTok and like black Americans saying it's bad to call people colored. And
yeah. If you like, that's like the phrasing that they used back in like Martin Luther King time, when like this is like colored restrooms, colored water fountain, no coloreds allowed, stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, I guess, but that's in America specifically, right? We didn't have that in South Africa. It was different.
Okay.
Our racism was more specific. Actually, it was insanely specific. It was very... so, some of the famous pictures back from apartheid, right, are... There are signs... I think you see them in, like, the Apartheid Museum and a few other places. But they have blacks, whites. There are separate signs for coloreds and Indians and, like, East Asian. I think I've never seen the other ones, but I know for a fact there are separate ones for like Indians, where it was a weird hierarchy system as well with the racism.
Okay.
Yeah, we also had signs that were just like white, not white. It's just like what? It never said like colored. It was just like not white. And I'm like, this racism's good. Like, speaking as like someone who's on the other side of the racism of apartheid, like it doesn't affect me because I'm not, you know, I didn't live through it. I kind of sit back and I look and I'm like, wow, whoever came up with the apartheid system really didn't think it through.
Yeah, South Africa is just like a weird and wacky place. I don't know how you live there. Coupled with
better
what is
food
it?
than
The
America.
fucking your power getting cut off at certain times. How corrupt it is, stuff like that.
I mean, yeah, you want to talk. You live in America. Have you met your senator?
No, I haven't.
Have you seen your senator? Oh no, wait, you can't. He's in Cancun.
Yeah, that fucking prick. God, I hate Ted Cruz so much. Ugh, dude.
I will say this. I will say this.
Look,
our representatives
if you
actually
guys
pitch at the fucking parliament.
Look, if you guys want to know why I hate Ted Cruz so much, is when Texas had that freeze a while back and everything went to shit. He like left. He like went on vacation on some fucking place, and while people were left here without power for like weeks and weeks and weeks. It was fucking sucked. I hate that little.
How
fucking
is he still
prick.
like your senator? How do you guys even like get new senators?
Well, we vote just like every other place.
So how is he still the senator?
I don't fucking know. Maybe because most of Texas is like Republican or something. I don't know.
Yeah, but like, couldn't you get a different Republican representative?
Maybe. I think that we do, and they run against him. I don't pay attention to politics all that much. I don't really care.
It's like one of those things.
But I'm guessing people would run up against him. They wouldn't get voted, and they just like drop out.
I mean, it's still stupid. It's like everybody hates Ted Cruz. A lot of people just think he's a complete asshole.
I'm surprised you even know of him, since you're in like South Africa.
I know of him more because I tangentially know of him because I have family who lives in Texas.
Oh yeah.
My uncle lives in San Antonio. My cousin she also lives in San Antonio. My grandma lives in San Antonio. So they like live in Texas.
They all hate him, right?
I have no idea. I do know that my uncle who lives in Colorado and has like a dairy farm ran for I think the state senate and won as a Republican, but that was in like 2006. So that was a long time ago, but like back when the Republicans at least pretended not to be so shitty. They pretend. I mean, Bush era Republicans were slightly better.
Yeah.
They at least tried to give a shit. At this point, they don't seem to give a shit at all, and like everything turns to politics these days, Chris, entirely because, first off, America has the most power on the planet. It like militarily, economically, it's just a fact that America just has the most power. It is it's an incredibly irritating fact, but it's, true. Which is part of why I hate America so much, because I'm like, you guys could be saving the world, but instead you're like, let's fuck up everyone. Yeah, Nerf, you're not wrong.
The U.S. is broke as fuck, says Nerf.
They're still not as broke as South Africa. My country is fucked and run by morons. Actually, no, it's kind of run by slightly more intelligent people than before, but that's entirely because...
Because what?
Because they now have to run a coalition government, which means the only way that the ANC can hold power is if they have an equal alliance with another party. And they for some reason, just chose to ally with their greatest opposition. It's very dumb. It's very, very dumb.
Okay, so moving past how bad South Africa is,
that's true.
Let's talk about Space Marine 2.
Space Marine 2,
and how woke it is, how bad it is. The fact that they have a Acadian general that's a woman and also Indian.
Wow, okay, can we move past this bit? You did it already.
No, well, the reason I'm doing it again is because I'm on TikTok, right? And I scroll and scroll and scroll, and I've been seeing so many Warhammer people talk about this fucking idiot named Synthetic Man, and and his Space Marine 2 review. And he's like, in the beginning of the video, he's basically saying like, Space Marine 2 is cool, but there's like little bits of like wokeness and stuff like that, being that there's like a Acadian general that's a woman and also Indian, and she looks ugly, and a black Space Marine, Ultramarine guy.
Could you answer me this one question, right?
What?
Why do you want your soldiers who are in a grim, dark, brutal, savage war, why do you want them to be, like, dainty and hot? Like, what the fuck? What do you want? Why do you want that? It doesn't fit the aesthetic of Warhammer at all to have that.
Well,
like,
in space...
The only characters who have that in Warhammer lore are the Eldar. Nobody else is hot in any way. Just the Eldar.
There are several, like, hot Space Marine characters in Space Marine 2. Titus is hot. There's that dude Galad. He's Galad something. He looks pretty hot. And then there's the Carrion, the black Space Marine that Synthetic Man hates so much because he's black.
Has Synthetic Man just not talked to a black person his entire life without feeling?
So
has he just like been so? Does he just watch like what Fox News all the time, and then when he sees a black person, he thinks they're gonna rob him? Like
probably
even a black person who's just like walking down the road, like does not give a shit about Synthetic Man's existence. He's like, oh no, he's gonna rob me. It's like Jesus Christ, man.
So like the thing about Synthetic Man that I've looked into, I've seen like a whole like video like deep diving on him. He wasn't always like this. He started his YouTube channel like reviewing like old games that he really loved playing, like Jak and Daxter, Ratchet and Clank, obscure like PlayStation games and stuff. But then he just fell into like the rabbit hole of the anti-woke crowd and like the red pill and stuff like that. He's bad at video games. He famously stopped playing Doom Eternal because it was too fast and too hard.
Doom Eternal's
and
pretty
there's
fun, though.
there's like a
I mean, I'm bad at it, but
there's like
it's
a
still fun.
I think it's called Kiwi Farms thread about him that the thread and his fans just make fun of him for being so bad at video games. But the thing is, he's cultivated this fan base that's like anti-woke, red pill, like alt-right, so much that he can't really afford to stray past it or like away from it, because if he did, he'd just lose all his fans. Like,
At this point, I don't. Is it worth even keeping his fans if those are his fans?
I
don't know.
mean,
I think I would give up on content creation if that was the fan base I ended up with.
yeah, but if like, let me look at his channel, see how many like subscribers and he has. Synthetic Man. Let's see. Shut up! I don't want to hear your fucking mouth. He has
What the fuck are you so
138k subscribers, and let's see. His Space Marine 2 video, which released 6 days ago, has 89k views, and then
I'm pretty sure half of those are hate reviews because he was such a dumbass about it, and that does give me the grifter vibes.
And his most popular
Why is he
video
those grifters?
is Far Cry 6 is creatively bankrupt. Spider-Man. His next one is Spider-Man 2 is disgusting woke propaganda. Oh my god.
Spider-Man.
Yeah, Spider-Man 2, the game, the Marvel game that came out, I think, last year.
Bruh, that's like the most. Also, that is basically nothing. In
Dude,
terms of, like,
the guy has a
being
Resident Evil.
monetized.
The guy has a Resident Evil 5 video that has Sheva Sheva on it. She has a lazy eye. She has a blue hat that says, "Please be patient. I have autism." And right next to it, it says, "Yes, Sheva was that bad."
What? No, Sheva was. From what I've heard, Sheva was.
Sheva's
significantly better than.
That was awesome.
Wasn't Sheva like significantly better than what's her name from Resi 4? Ashley,
Yeah.
who was just kind of annoying, and her AI was like actually the one was like, please be patient, I'm a fucking idiot, because it would like charge things and just get you killed on repeat.
But yeah, his whole shut up. I don't want to fucking hear you. I hate that whenever I go to someone's channel, their thing auto plays. It's fucking stupid.
That's so annoying.
But yeah, his whole thing is just like hating on stuff, saying if it's woke or not, like DEI, propaganda, anti-man, stuff like that. It's fucking annoying.
Oh, also, a fun thing I saw today that's a bit different, but also I also saw people like going like, I'm not watching this show because of this actor being in it.
Mm-hmm.
Is the fact that Skeleton Crew has Jaleel White in it, so the guy who played Steve Urkel.
Oh yeah, I saw that. That's pretty cool.
And I saw a bunch of guys who are like, why would I watch this? It's got him in it. I'm like,
Oh my
he's
god,
an adult.
dude, are people really doing the revisionist history about hating fucking Steve Urkel?
Apparently. Dude, they
That's so
revisionist
fucking
history everything.
stupid. That's so stupid. But yeah, it was like the TikToks that I saw like were basically saying Synthetic Man is shit because he doesn't know anything about the Warhammer lore, and like if he found out about like the Sisters of Battle, he'd probably think it was just woke DEI propaganda, stuff like that.
If he found out about the salamanders, he would think that.
No, if he thought about the White Scars, or is it?
Oh yeah, the white guys.
the White
white guys who are like Mongolian coded, and then the thing is, the salamanders are straight up black,
black with red
coded,
eyes,
like
yeah.
African coded, dude. Yeah, they may have red eyes, but they're still like super African coded for like a
Yeah.
bunch of the stuff they do. And I'm like,
Nah, salamanders.
possibly
That's just a woke. That's just the woke. It's just a woke chapter. It's not real. It's woke. Right, AC?
Bruh.
I don't know a
What
thing
is-
about
please
Warhammer
define
lore,
woke
but
for me.
the salamanders, that they're just woke. What do you
Chris,
think? What do you
answer me
think
this.
about? What do you think about
Define
someone?
the word. Define the word. Define the word woke.
dude. Okay, I'm not going to, but what if?
You can't.
Yeah.
You genuinely can't, can you?
Well, back then, it was like, oh, you're woke. That means you're like you're attuned to like the what is it like? I'm trying to remember, like how things are, or like
Yeah.
It's basically like you awoke to like the truth of what something
Yeah.
actually was.
Wait. Doesn't that mean that all these people who are shouting about woke want to be woke?
Let me see.
Because they're Red Pill, right? Which is like, you've woken yourself.
Oh, okay.
From the
So,
dream.
woke is an adjective derived from African American vernacular English AAVE, originally meaning alertness to racial prejudice and discrimination beginning in the 2010s. It came to be used as slang for a broader awareness of social inequality such as racial injustice, sexism, and denial of LGBT rights. So basically, it was being aware of like racial inequality, social inequalities, racism, sexism, and all that stuff.
Bruh.
But now it's just become a
still
blanket
stupid.
term of like, oh, there's a woman that's a lead character that's black. Oh, that's just woke. That's
So
just
wait,
woke.
Don't the Ultramarines like recruit not just from Macragge? They do it from the whole of Ultramar. So they don't do it from one planet. They do it from like an entire system of planets.
Yeah.
No, they do it from like almost an entire galactic sector. It's like there's a lot of planets involved there, man. They're gonna get some black folks in there. They're gonna get some Indians. They're gonna get everyone. I'm pretty sure one of them's an Asian dude.
Yeah, and in Space Marine 2,
Interplanetary.
we do have an Asian battle brother. He's the guy with the G name that I was struggling to pronounce. I was thinking it's Galadriel, but that's the elf lady from Lord of the Rings.
that's Galadriel.
Um,
Yep.
Gabriel. Is it Gabriel? Let me see.
No, Galadriel. No, Gabriel's a different character. I swear.
Oh yeah, it is Gadriel.
Gadriel. Yeah.
Yeah. And he's Asian, but it's just woke propaganda. You don't have to worry about it.
Oh yeah, you're an American, so everything's woke propaganda.
Dude, don't you
Right.
okay, see, like, I'm not a Warhammer, I don't know a lot about Warhammer as much as you or Nerf do, but, like, if I went and said, like, oh, the Sisters of Battle, that's just woke propaganda, wouldn't you be, like, super fucking angry? And, like, what are you fucking talking about, you idiot?
It depends. Am I 15 and do I take offense when somebody doesn't understand something because they have the brain cells of an amoeba? I would just ignore you if I'm honest. Or I would do what Nerf does. And I'd be like,
Ask if I'm stupid.
are you stupid? Like, you know the people who like give into the like who go on about work and stuff genuinely make me feel like they are incredibly stupid.
Yes, they're missing part of their brain. They've been, like, lobotomized.
I'm like, well, they've just spent so much time listening. Like, they actually give me the idea of the same feel as like people who joined a cult or
exactly.
Scientologists. Okay, so here's a story I've probably told a million times, but every year when there's a Comic-Con in South Africa, right? A Comic-Con Africa, the Scientologists appear.
Oh, God.
Every single year. Right? And every time you walk past their stand, they try and get you to you know, give in to Scientology.
Mm-hmm.
Just, you know, try the Scientology stuff. And every single time, without fail, they sound like they aren't really there. They're like, would you like to try my Scientology book? Like, they sound like they're on drugs or high the whole fucking time, and you're like, I'm sorry, what? Are you okay? Do I need to go and call a policeman? What the fuck is going on with you, dude? They're generally like just... It feels like there's something wrong with them in their heads. Like they're fucked in their head somehow, and I don't know how, and it scares the shit out of me. DEI in games. Yeah, I mean,
Oh, yeah. You know what
to be
DEI?
fair, like
Okay, let's learn what DEI stands for together.
to be fair, the difference between like say DEI and just like having an immersive game, right? If DEI is done properly, you won't notice it.
Yeah.
You won't make a big deal out of it because, or if you do make a big deal out of it, you really have to kind of go out of your way to make a big deal out of it. A proper DI done right would be the game doesn't call attention to it. Doesn't go look what we have. They just kind of do it and expect you to go with it. It never says look how good we're doing and like kind of winks at you. It's just like it's there because that's from what I can see from Space Marine 2. That's what Space Marine 2 does.
Yeah.
It's just kind of like, yeah, cool.
Wow,
this is
you're
what this character is.
you're a black man in the Ultramarines. That's so cool. Yeah, they
just
never
wanted
they
to
never
know
they
what
never do
frame.
they never do anything like that. It's just oh
No, they
you're
don't care.
you're like you were around in the Horus Heresy and you got like frozen and you woke up. Oh, cool. Here, let's go kill some
Wait.
Tyranids.
You found a character who was asleep in the fucking Horus Heresy. You found it.
Oh yeah, the Charon, he was alive during the Horus Heresy. He was a kid. And then
Huh.
he got frozen when he joined the Ultramarines. I think he mentions in the story that he was there when something about maybe like Lamenters attacked his planet or like something I fucking forget. It's like super specific. Let's see. He saw the word bearers arrive on Kauth. I just looked it up. That's what he said. Whatever the fucking whatever that means. AC?
Yeah, I'm right here. I'm listening to you, man. From the Horus troops. Nah, it's just someone from the Heresy era of 40k. Like, 30k. Someone from 30k. No.
Yeah.
That's just a 30k character. Does he still have the beak? Is he a beaky trooper?
Well, I played the entire game without the helmets on, so I don't know. Because I like seeing their face. But he got really angry when some Chaos people came out in Space Marine 2. He went on.
I mean,
he just went and killed them all.
that's pretty average. That's basically what happens every time they come out. Or they murder everyone. The Primaris units are pretty sick, dude.
All right, so we're gonna spend this little bit talking about Space Marine 2. If you have a
game I have yet to play. I have no money to afford games.
If you
guys want to watch me play it on stream, I'm open to donations of the game. Jokes.
If you haven't played it and do want to play it and you care about the story, just get past this. But yeah.
Yeah, I however don't have such luck.
So do you mind getting spoiled on it or not?
Not really.
Okay, so you don't really care? Okay. So
Okay, fine. Nerf. You want to play Helldivers 2? Fine, we can play Helldivers 2. I'll play it with you for like 10 hours. If you want to play it.
So it starts with Titus being a part of I think it was Death Watch. I think it's Death Watch, the ones that just hunt Xenos. Or Black Watch? I can't remember.
You mean
Blackguard?
They're probably Blackguard sound. Yeah, Blackguard's correct. Blackguard sounds more correct.
So it just starts with him going to this planet to basically set off a virus bomb to stop the Tyranids. Oh, it was Death Watch. Okay.
Death Watch. Are you sure? I thought it was the Black. Oh, with the Inquisition. Yeah, okay, that makes sense.
So he's there. He sets off the death. He sets off the gene bomb against the Tyranids, which turns out it didn't really do much because they adapted super quickly to it. So it was basically there's no reason for him to do it. but after that he gets brought back into the Ultramarines. Then he's introduced to his buddies, Charon and then Gadriel. Then he's sent on missions. I saw a bunch of like one thing I really loved was how much they paid attention to like the guardsmen. Like I saw a Lehman Russ tank. I saw like a Bane blade. I saw like cherubs, which was crazy. I think cherubs are basically just like babies that got lobotomized and turned into like robots, and they have wings. Right, AC?
I think so. Yeah, pretty much. The cherubs are creepy as fuck, though.
Yeah. I saw a Dreadnought. People have been calling him Dreadnought Dave because Bricky made a Space Marine 2 review video on it. He comes in at the end, and like he one-shots a Helldrake by throwing a fucking statue at it, which is pretty cool.
That sounds hilarious.
Um,
I don't know why, but Warhammer 40k has also always given me like, it's super dark and like it's like proper grimdark, right?
mhm.
But it makes me laugh my ass off all the fucking time. All of it, just makes me laugh so fucking much. Entirely because it's just the most ridiculous thing ever.
It's also like a hard sequel because they mention stuff that happens like on Gruaya from Space Marine 1. Titus talks about how orcs are like not to be like trifled with because they're freaky. He mentions was there anything else that he mentions that really pops to mind? I don't think so. But yeah, the artifact that was in Space Marine 1, it comes back. The Adeptus Mechanicus tech priests are like trying to use it for something. They named it like Project Aurora, and
that sounds very Adeptus.
yeah.
Fucking Mechanicus.
So
Sneaky little bastards.
it turns out Chaos has been there the whole time, like Zeech specifically.
Zeech. Yeah,
Um,
Zeech.
Yeah,
God of change.
basically. And something that really kind of confused me at one point, because I called it was each like from the beginning because they're like bird like enemies with like sickle,
yeah,
not
that
sickles,
makes
like shield and stuff. And then the Chaos Space Marines come out, and they're like the Thousand Suns, and I was like, oh, cool. Why do I see like dust come out when I melee execute them? And
Because
I
they
looked
don't have
it up.
bodies.
I looked it up, and apparently the reason why is because a long time ago, someone did like a spell that with the intent of the Space
They're
Marines,
Primarch.
the Space Marines not able to be corrupted by chaos, and basically made them empty suits of armor with just like magic and stuff inside.
Kind of. That's kind of true. It's more their Primarch did a thing where Magnus the Red did a thing where he tried to save them from it, and it like backfired badly. And then he spent like 1,000 years trying to fix that. And then it was like 100 years actually, because a lot of the Horus Heresy stuff started happening, and then he was really loyal, and then the Emperor didn't tell him he was trying to get into the Webway. He tried to tell his dad about an invasion, accidentally broke into the Webway, and then his brother was sent to murder him. What's his name? You mentioned his name earlier. He was
Horus?
The tank was named after him.
Oh,
No, Horus.
Lehman Russ?
Lehman Russ was sent to fight him.
Oh, okay.
The Thousand Sons are the assholes, but like, they weren't that bad before they fell. Before they fell to chaos.
Mm-hmm. Also, there's just like a Necron like temple underneath like this burial planet, which when I was doing the operations yesterday, I was like, damn, it's crazy that the fucking Imperium has like planets dedicated to burying so many people. And then I remember, oh, they're like super like war hungry. Of course they would.
What, the the Necrons or the Imperium?
The Imperium, because it's like a Space Marine like burial planet, but underneath it there's like a Necron temple.
You mean the Tomb World, right?
Well,
the Necrons have Tomb Worlds, right?
Yeah, I know that, but I guess they didn't know that there was a Necron little temple underneath where they buried all their Space Marines up top. But yeah, we go down there and everything's all green. I'm like, oh, this is just a Necron, but there's no Necron there, which sucks because I would have really liked to see
Are you
some
sure there's
Necron
no
enemies.
Necrons there and they're not just asleep?
I mean, we don't fight any. We just fight more Zeech enemies, more Chaos Space Marines.
Yeah, they could still just be all asleep and none of them woke up.
And then we see this like this sorcerer dude called Emora or Namra, something like that. He tricks this this tech priest that was taking over from the other tech priest that got killed in like a Chaos Space Marine attack.
That does sound about right.
And basically the whole thing of the whole thing that they want to do with the artifact is to close the rift, close a chaos rift.
The one that splits the galaxy in half.
Yeah, but it's funny.
They need more black temples.
It's really funny because there's a scene that happens where the what is it, the tech priest is hiding in this bubble that's like with green energy, and I'm thinking like, okay, the Space Marines that were controlling like Titus and his two guys are shooting at it, but nothing can go through. And the sorcerer dude is like above and tries to use his magic to get in, but it doesn't work. And like apparently that was his whole plan. He just wanted to make it seem like he couldn't get through, so the dude would activate the thing and cause a giant warp rift to open. And it does. And eventually, like, a bunch of, like, Chaos Space Marines come out, more Zeech enemies, and a giant fucking bird just comes out of nowhere that's like a Lord of Change that I read.
Yeah, that's one of Tzeentch's demons.
And after that, this Rieger dude, what was it, Rieger? It was like a chapter master for the Ultramarines. He has, like, one eye, white hair, he has, like, gun arms. I forgot the guy's name, but
none of those are helpful descriptions since there's many characters in the Ultramarines alone who have that. Helgar,
yeah, Calgar. That dude. He comes in. They do like a full frontal assault on the warp thing. The giant bird does like a sorcery attack that freezes everything else except Calgar, which he had a thing on his suit, Iron Halo, I think, that stopped the attack, and he just goes into the rift and everything. And apparently,
that seems right.
And apparently,
What's up, Lindy?
Hi, Lindy. Apparently, they go into like the Immaterium, but it's not the Immaterium. But what?
I do want to see. I do want to know that. I do want to see what they do with the fact that Gilliman is back. I want them to use Gilliman in these games, or at least mention Gilliman. Now,
oh God,
you do know who Gilliman is, right?
Yeah, I saw. I was listening to a video Wednesday about Reboot Gilliman.
Reboot Gilliman, yeah.
Reboot Gilliman. It's like his whole story is fucking sad. He was back before like the Imperium went to shit.
Yeah, all the Primarchs were from before.
So basically, he was like real peaceful. He didn't think he was like more. He was really into like setting like trade routes and like the nitty gritty of like keeping his planet running and having like everything else running as efficiently as possible. And then he gets into like a fight, he gets frozen, he almost dies, and then he wakes up afterwards and everything's like gone to shit. And he's like, why do I still live? our dream is dead, stuff like that. Actually, if I look up,
he ends up.
let me look
He
up.
actually
the
ends up
actual
taking. In current law, he's taken over from the Emperor and is kind of doing. Yeah, he was actually dead, and then what was his name again? What was the guy who fucking brought him back? That weird fucking tech priest dude. I heard his name like not even 5 minutes ago. The fuck was his name? I was watching a video on the fucking Ultramarines before while I was uploading some stuff. Now I can't remember.
Okay, I have the quote here. Why do I still live? What more do you want from me? I gave everything I had to them. Look what they've made of our dream. This bloated, rotting carcass of an empire is driven not by reason and hope, but by fear, hate, and ignorance. Better that we had all burned in the fires of Horus's ambition than live to see this. It's so sad. It's like AC. This might resonate with you. Like back when you were a kid, or like maybe you're like an adult back then. Yeah. Like say you're an adult back when like the beginning of Star Wars came out, and you loved it so much, and it was so great, and then you get Frozen, and then you get everyone was nice and awesome back then. And then you get Unfrozen in this current time period, and everyone's just hates Star Wars so much, and everything's gone to shit. That's that's basically what Gilliman is saying. Like it was all good back then, but everything went to shit since I've been dead.
It's more like it's better. It's more like it was better, and there was hope.
Yeah, and but now the hope is dead.
And then the dream, the humans ran with the dream in the stupidest possible way.
Oh yeah, Nerf was saying the burial world in Space Marine 2 was called Demirium.
Yeah, and it was called Demirium. Also, Lindy did post some screenshots that we'll get to after we finished with Space Marine, but it's more about it's more on the topic of the wokeness in video games.
God. We'll talk about that because I do have a Sims thing on the docket.
Nice.
But yeah, Space Marine 2, the campaign was really good. I think the director recently came out like an AMA type thing. They do want to do like some more story stuff, but unsure if it's gonna be like Space Marine 3 or like DLC.
Could be both.
They're still working on like the PvP stuff. And I think they do want to do some more like PvE missions and everything, because there's only like I think 6 right now, or maybe 9. I can't remember it. Probably 6. But yeah, it's really good. It's like 9 hours for the campaign, probably more if you want to do all the operations and stuff. But if it's like 60 something, $70 full price. I would say, honestly, if you guys don't like 8-9 hour stories, you probably wait until it goes on sale, then play it.
I've heard that it plays a lot like Gears of War.
Oh yeah, it's really like Gears of War, especially like what I've seen of the multiplayer. It's just like Space Marine versus Space Marine. You want to guess what chapter I picked for the operations?
You picked Raven Guard.
No.
Let me see. Let me think.
I don't even think Raven Guard is an option. Maybe.
Oh, shame. You picked. I don't know. What were they called again? Blood Ravens.
No.
Oh, shame. You picked the... let me think for a minute. You picked the Dark Angels.
No. I picked Salamanders, obviously.
No shit. No shit. I was being obtuse.
Nah, I think you're just being dumb.
I was totally being very dumb.
But yeah, I picked... obviously, I picked Salamanders, because Salamanders are the best. Let's see, what else about Space Marine 2?
Not according to Nerf. According to Nerf, the Salamanders are better.
Yeah, thanks, Nerf. Salamanders are better.
Black Templars are better than the Salamanders.
Also, they basically confirmed that Titus isn't a blank. Because in Space Marine 1, he handled like a pure like chaos artifact without being corrupted. They just like say like he's that devoted to the Ultramarines, he just
Yes,
can't be
please.
corrupted,
Lindy's offering me food. I'm taking the food.
which is cool. Yeah, Space Marine 2 was good. Might want to wait for until it goes on sale to actually try it, unless they bring it to Game Pass or something like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'd say it's like a 9 out of 10, honestly. Did you have anything
I've heard.
anything else like Warhammer
I
related?
only really have. I only have lore and the fact that like there's a bunch of Warhammer books coming out as well. They're pretty cool, and that recently Gilliman is no longer. It's also been made canonical that Gilliman is no longer the only Primarch who's back. There is another.
Vulcan?
No,
Fuck. I don't care then.
Lionel Johnson, his brother,
Oh.
the Primarch of the Dark Angels, and he's had a character arc. I read his book, the Lionel Johnson in 40K book.
What's his whole thing?
It's extremely good. It's a good book, but he's linked to a bunch of beings because I have no idea what the fuck they are, but they're beings who their whole deal is they kind of a lot. It's implied to, oh, at least I think it's implied quite heavily that they are basically the harbingers of the Emperor, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they allow Lionel Johnson to kind of planet hop without ever taking a ship. I have no idea how the fuck it works. They never explain it.
A well boy?
But they kind of, I think, but more complicated than that because they're linked to the Emperor specifically, where Lionel Johnson within the book he like meets them, fights one of them, and then gets the Emperor's shield. And there's no explanation of how he got this fucking shield. He just had it. He would like have this weird vision. He'd walk into a forest. Then he fought like an Emperor thing and then walked out of it with the shield. And he's like, okay, cool. So I have this artifact now. While Gilliman has the Emperor's sword, he has a shield. And I'm like, what the fuck? It's really cool. It's a really interesting story. And it also takes a character who was like obsessed with killing one of the other Primarchs and like tries to make him be more human, I guess. It's just an interesting book and I highly recommend it to anyone. Also, the Necron books are spectacularly well written and I cannot emphasize enough how much you should go and read them. They are fucking amazing.
Also,
Which-
going back to Space Marine 2, it was really cool seeing the Tyranids in all their glory. Like the Hormagots and like the ones that shoot things at you, and like the Lictors and the Hive Minds, and there was one that like floated in the air and like used psychic attacks or something. I forgot the name of it, but
They don't have links to the what fuck? The Tyranids don't have a link to the warp, so they can't use psychic attacks. They have something else.
oh, speaking of that,
They use like
speaking of that, in a certain part in the story, they go to like this psyker lady to send a message to the chapter master of the Ultramarines, the dude we talked about earlier that came down.
yeah.
And the little priest that was with her said like, "Oh, the Tyranids cast a shadow in the warp." Like, what is that?
Yeah. It's like an empty space in the warp.
Oh, so the psychers can't do any of their psychic stuff?
It creates like a blank space in the warp.
Oh, that's interesting.
It's weird.
Okay, so that would make sense as to why the lady couldn't promise that the message would get through before she got corrupted and possessed by the more chaos sorcerer dude. That's interesting. What else? Oh, have you been watching like the Warhammer Plus animated stuff that they've been
No,
releasing?
I haven't had a chance.
So they just released one episode 3. I haven't had a chance to see it yet, but I did tell you to sail the high seas and get a so we could watch it.
Acquire a way to see it.
But the one the one I saw before brought up a lot of controversy. You want to guess why, AC?
It had a female Custodes.
Yes. Which
who could have guessed a
which,
female Custodes?
Which apparently I thought that there weren't any like female Space Marines, but like the Sisters of Battle were like the closest we could have ever got.
The thing is, so Space Marines are taken before when pre-puberty, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which means they just need humans. It just means like, and they get a bunch of shit implanted, which means they can have females. They just won't really look female. They just won't have dicks. That would basically be the only difference. Space Marines are basically genderless. They don't give a shit. They're just like, they call each other brother, but that's just because they're basing themselves off the Emperor, and he was masculine. So, meh.
Yeah.
Why not nerf? Where do they state it has to be male? Show me a paragraph where it says that.
Why I have heard.
Show me where. Show me where it says that, nerf.
I have heard that the women can't handle like the surgeries and stuff that the Space Marines get.
I mean, potentially, but also the Custodes are different from the Space Marines. There's also the fact that the Custodes, how the Custodes are made is completely different to how the Space Marines are made.
But like when I saw the whole episode, I was like, I don't really care. Oh, they also had a they had a
like,
what is it? A Sister of Silence.
Oh yeah, one of the assassins.
The lady that doesn't talk. She has like a big like red ponytail.
Oh, she's a blank.
Yeah,
she's a blank.
Yeah. And she just spoke in like hand signs and stuff.
Sign language.
Sign language. Yeah.
Sign language.
It was really funny because they meet like a chapter of Space Marines, and she's like doing like the sign language to the Space Marines, and they're like, this language is not known to me. What is she saying? The only one that knew what she was saying was the Custodes lady. And
that does just sound like Custodes.
And the whole point of the episode is that they're picking up a bunch of psychers and stuff before they get killed by Tyranids. And it ends really, really, really sadly because they get them on the ship, and one of the psyker people is like, "This doesn't feel safe," which is just like, oh yeah, they sacrifice like I don't know 1,000 psychers to the Emperor so he can stay alive.
Yeah, 1,000 psychers a day. Just to kill just to keep the Eye of Terror as closed as possible.
But like the whole controversy was just like, oh my god, they're making it woke. They're going against the lore. Just because they have a female Space Marine.
It's weird to me though that people are like, it's going against the lore, but 40K has always kind of just had like
fast and loose with the lore.
Well, kind of, because they have it like set into the lore that a lot of like stuff that people take as like gospel lore also isn't, because it's there's a lot of this idea of like communication's just like not working, so everything's kind of unreliable on what's true fact, and the only characters who can give you true fact are the Emperor, who is stuck in his golden throne and can't do shit, and like maybe some of the Primarchs. Everybody else don't know shit.
Yeah.
So like before in first edition, so for first edition 40K, right? Horus wasn't the Primarchs didn't exist, and Horus was just a random general.
Mm-hmm.
He was a human. He wasn't even like a Space Marine from what I can remember. By like fourth edition, he was now a Primarch and like was very special and like a son of the Emperor. So they keep changing shit in 40k lore all the goddamn time. It really doesn't matter. Oh yeah, and the Eldar created a god by literally having a species-wide orgy.
Oh yeah, that with Slaanesh, right?
Slaanesh, yeah. So it's like, yeah, no. And then people freak out over a woman. I'm like, my dude, there's weirder shit happening in 40k than a woman having a gun and being 9 foot tall. Also, you guys freak the fuck out over Lady Dimitrescu. What's the difference?
I mean, shit. Ever since
I don't know why I had that accent.
why'd you turn
That was
French?
embarrassing.
Why'd you turn
I
French
don't
all of a
fucking
sudden?
know. I don't fucking know.
But yeah, maybe it's because I just like tall, strong women that I didn't really care all that much. But also, I don't really care about Warhammer all that much. So it could be either. But the whole time I was seeing the lady get suited up in the armor, I was like, oh god, that's so awesome. She's so hot. Yes.
And then what was your next thought? Step on me, please.
Yes.
Uh,
Speaking of that, when I was playing Space Marine 2, if you roll into enemies like the small enemies like the guardsmen's, they just explode. Yeah, they just explode.
Yeah, you just squish them. Dude,
Even
those
if
guys weigh like a ton or something.
even if you walk into them, I saw that too. I just walk into them like not even running. They just fucking explode. It's so funny.
Bruh. Bruh. Gene seed on the 20 Primarchs. There's also a theory that one of the Primarchs is female.
Oh, nice, cool. See, one thing Warhammer related, if they change, like if they say Vulcan wasn't a really nice person, he was like an asshole actually.
Hmm.
And he hated civilians.
I mean, probably. Right.
I would hate that.
Now I think we've talked the shit out of
Oh, did you know that there's a
40K?
There's a Sister of Battle VR game?
There is?
Yeah.
Huh.
I think
Is
it was
it
like
good?
I don't know. I mean, I've seen gameplay. It looks okay, but I mean, if you don't have a VR headset, then you're kind of fucked.
Yeah.
So going on to the news, Castlevania Nocturne Season 2 got announced. Releases January 2025. Have you seen the Nocturne anime, AC?
Nocturne, no.
It's Castlevania Nocturne. It's with Richter.
No, I haven't watched any of it.
No? Oh. Well, it was good.
I only watched the original Castlevania, then I just kind of stopped.
Yeah, it's fine. It's like a sequel series because Trevor and then the Silpha or the lady in like the original anime, the blue lady.
I remember her.
Yeah. It's basically like their kid or like their great grandkid or something. But yeah, it ends like with Alucard killing like the main bad lady, like effortlessly, and that's where it ends. like she powers up. She's like full like super strong mode because like they did something to block out the sun, because vampires can't stand sun. And like Alucard just comes out of nowhere, like slices her in half, and be like, "You're a Belmont, aren't you?" And like it just ends.
Wait, she's just saved by Alucard, who just
Yeah.
like, walks out of fucking nowhere. And like, was he in the series at all, or did he just appear?
Yeah, he just appears out of nowhere in Nocturne. He's just like, "Oh god, they're about to fight the lady," and like, nope, he just comes out of nowhere, slices her in half with his like telekinetic sword. It's like a complete assful. But it's so cool because Alucard's so cool.
I've heard
Yeah.
Alucard is super cool. I've only watched the first like 2 seasons of Castlevania, I think.
I think that's all that was in the first
No, there were 3
series.
seasons. Actually, sorry, 3 seasons.
Oh, you never saw the 3rd season?
Yeah, I don't think I saw the 3rd season.
Okay, so like the 3rd season ends with like Dracula and then his wife coming back from hell, basically, and everything's all
How the
good.
fuck did they do that?
Yeah.
Why was his wife in hell?
Uh,
She was fine.
yeah, she was fine. I don't. Why did she go to hell? Maybe
Like,
just
I get
maybe just to be with Dracula. Maybe I don't know.
Like, I get Dracula going to hell. You know, that makes perfect fucking sense. But I'm like, why the fuck did his wife go to hell? She was actively healing people, being... Not, like, the whole point was the church murdered her for no goddamn reason. And you're like, what the fuck? Why did you kill her? I guess because she was kind of healing people and had knowledge. Therefore, she's a witch. Murder the witch. Burn the witch. Burn the witch! Oh, also, did you hear... I don't know if you're a fan of the same anime as me, but the next season of Bleach comes out in October. The 1,000-Year Blood War arc. I am fucking pumped. I fucking love Bleach. That was like my anime as a kid. That was my favorite anime as a kid. More even than Naruto. I love Naruto as well. But Bleach, fucking... yes, no, in a literal sense, they fucked up.
I am not.
But I'm excited for it because the anime just looks extremely pretty.
Yeah, I'm not really a big fan of Bleach. I don't really care about it all that much.
Shem.
Yeah. So. Okay, before we get to the Sim story, Final Fantasy XVI producer Naoki Yoshida asked that modders please don't run amok with offensive or inappropriate shenanigans now that the game's on PC.
Too late.
Actually, it's
So
funny. It's funny. If I go on the Nexus mod page right now, because I checked the other day when I wrote it down, like there was no like nude mods at all, no like sex mods, just like there's one that makes Clive blonde. Actually, let's go to all mods. Let's see. Yeah, there's only like, how many mods? 3, 4, 5, 10, 11, 12, 14 mods right now on the Nexus mod page for Final Fantasy 16. And it's all like fixes, eliminating stutterings, natural colors, difficulty changes, UI stuff, item caps.
Dude, the modders are getting old and lazy because, like, I know for a fact when Skyrim came out, about an hour after the game came out, there were nude patches.
Yeah.
Like an hour after the game, and like a lot of the like body fixes for the game that kind of fix a lot of the weird physics with bodies in that game, also just by basics include that shit.
It's crazy. Let's see. Go back to the docket. Okay, so what have you heard about The Sims, AC?
Many things about The Sims. For a start, right? I've seen a couple of tweets, like 1 or 2 tweets saying that people don't play the Sims, but they think it's dumb that you can have gay Sims or trans Sims, right? And like,
that's
what if you want to base a Sim of real life but not have any gay characters, right? You know, the setting you can just turn off and set to be however the fuck you want.
So apparently, this was back in like 2015 or something. In one of the Sims games, maybe 3 or 4, I can't remember. 4. They were doing like, oh, what features are coming in Sims 4? And like, oh, gay romance and stuff. And like someone, one of the questions was, can I turn this feature off? And they answered no. What?
This was Sims 4, but it wasn't from 2015 when it came out. It was from 2022.
Oh, it's just okay. The fucking date, the whole date convection with South Africa is really fucking weird. Because it's 2022 07/15. I'm like, I look at the last digits for like the year.
That's because the rest of the world does it that way. It's only America who does it the other way.
Shut up.
And we all look at you and go, what the fuck? It's also like it's almost like America is trying to be different for some reason. It's like you want to feel like you're more special than the rest of the world, while everyone else is like, you're making life difficult for yourself for no reason. How many yards in a mile, Chris?
I don't know. I'm horrible at math.
You don't know how many yards are in a mile?
No. Look, there's a reason I'm on this podcast, okay? We're both idiots.
I mean, yeah, but like, I know how many meters are in a kilometer. It's fucking
whoa.
easy. There's 1,000.
Whoop-de-doo for you, AC. Whoop-de-fucking-do. Can we not do math and go back to like the anti-woke stuff, please?
That's also dumb. Oh no, that's gonna lead into the dumbest thing ever, which is the anti-woke game list.
Okay, so they said no. While we try to give players the option to toggle certain gameplay features, LGBTQIA+ identities are a fact of life and not a toggle to be switched on and off. Someone took a screenshot of that and said, the Sims team kinda big slay. Okay. And then someone replied, I don't play The Sims, but I think this is dumb. This fucking idiot. Oh my god.
Bruh.
Why do you start off something like, I don't play this game, but here's my opinion on it.
I don't know.
I don't play Warhammer, but the orcs are kind of dumb.
I mean, they are dumb. That's kind of the whole bit.
God. Okay, let me go back. I'm all for the LGBTQIA community, but why can't we have a setting where we can toggle that off and on? I'm a straight male and I'm a straight GF. What if I wanted to base The Sims off our life, but can't because of the LGBTQIA factor?
Oh, dude, I love the first reply that Lindy sent on it, where it's like, can't wait for the day you figure out they didn't remove heterosexuality from the game.
I mean, okay, I'm just gonna be reading these tweets because they're so fucking funny. I mean, you can have your sim pursue your wife character, be married to her, etc. You're entirely in control of the game and can choose which characters your sims get with. Ain't the complicated, nor has it ever been an issue. Then you set your sim to be straight. If anything, this surely makes that easier, since before a sim would have no preference. You have always been able to... What's up?
It's just as a fun fact, in Sims 1 through 3, Sims defaulted to bisexual.
That's woke.
That was the baseline. They were all bi.
I don't like this woke agenda Sims is trying to push on us.
They're like, you can now choose your preference.
Oh my god.
Okay, so that means everyone's gonna make him gay.
So fucking stupid, these idiots, man. You have always been able to and will always be able to have straight sims. Stop spewing nonsense like LGBTQ+ players get one feature to help their gameplay. It somehow takes away from your experience. That's true. Then make your sim straight, question mark, question mark, question mark. It's not random, you choose it. Then just make straight sims?
Bruh.
And then Lindy quote tweeted, so in a game where you can have gay sims by directing behavior since 2000 is okay, but letting people choose their sim's orientation from the start is not. As you stated, you don't play this game, so why should in-game options, yes options, not force mechanics, concern you?
Bruh.
And then another one. Exactly why the outrage from people is so hilarious. Gender preference has been a thing since Sims 2. Pretty much all Sims start out having no gender preference, and they will lose preference depending on how you play. Well, the audacity to let us set it without mods. Clown face.
Bruh.
That's so dumb.
It's so stupid.
Dude, people are gonna find anything to fucking complain about these days, man, when it comes to like...
Bruh, these days, everyone wants to complain and make it so it's just one way.
I know.
No, you were right, no.
It's stupid.
It's so fucking dumb.
It's so dumb. Oh my god.
Bruh.
On the topic of on The Sims.
Yeah?
AC.
Yeah?
There's a Sims movie in the work.
Why? Couldn't you argue any movie out there is a Sims movie? Like any just normal drama movie is a Sims movie. Just title it, retitle that random fucking child drama The Sims movie, and there you go. You could also, if you're really into Sims lore, you could make an Family movie, retitle it The Goths. Okay, look, there's a Sims movie. Bruh.
Okay, so reading from the article from Variety, Amazon's...
You just pissed yourself again, Nuff. Sorry.
Amazon's The Sims movie will include freezer bunnies, pools without ladders, and lots of lore, says video game boss. The Sims movie adaptation from Amazon MGM Studios has officially been confirmed by video game maker EA.
For a second, I thought you were going to say... Wait. Where did you find this article? Does it at the top have a picture of an onion by any chance?
No, it's from Variety.
Fuck! Okay, wait. No,
Okay.
if you want law, ask Lindy.
So...
Lindy has the law.
It's being produced by Barbie star Margot Robbie's production company Lucky Chap, with Kate Herron, who helmed Loki, set to direct the movie and co-write with Brownie Redman. Teaming up with renowned Hollywood's powerhouses, this exciting new chapter for The Sims will bring its magic to millions more fans. EA
lose all the fans.
President Laura Miele said, "It's a testament to the enduring power of this beloved franchise, which has captivated more than 500 million players for a quarter of a century. Our commitment to innovate across the Sims universe to experiences and products will inspire all generations of Simmers." It's very much rooted in the Sims universe. Oh god! Imagine they make a sequel and they make spin-offs and sequels depending on like all the DLC that they have, and they charge like thousands of dollars.
Was Borderlands amazing, Chris? Do you think Borderlands was an amazing movie?
No.
The drama in Pleasant View was insane. What drama?
Okay. They referred to the Sims movie as a theatrical release, and Mail called it a big screen title. There will be lots of lore. You'll see a lot of the Sims universe come to life, and you'll see a lot of the classic experiences that our players have in the games come to life in the movie.
No, I saw. I did even say I read it. Oh, okay.
What the fuck is a freezer bunny? That's one of the things.
Lindy, what the fuck is a Lindy, please tell us, as the resident Sims nerd, what the fuck is a freezer bunny?
Because I know the pool without a ladder thing, but I don't get what the freezer bunny is. That's one of they're capitalizing on the Easter eggs galore. Oh, you know what I really want to see is they license like the music, like how they did to one of the Sims. They did a Katy Perry song, but they just they just make a Sim version. They did Last Friday Night, but they just like redid it with like Simlish. That would be so good. I'm looking forward to this movie now just because of that.
Dude, if the whole movie's in Simlish, it would be fucking amazing. Okay, to be fair, I would only be sold on the movie if literally everything is in Simlish and they explain nothing. At no point are there subtitles. The whole thing is in Simlish, and at no point do they ever put anything in English. You just have to figure it out. That would be so goddamn funny.
I would love it if the only thing is in Simlish is just like the music. And it's just like it's resung by the people that sung the original song just in Simlish.
Lindy, correct me if I'm wrong, but the composer for The Sims was the same guy who did the music for Thor Ragnarok. I may be half remembering this, but like I'm pretty sure that's what it was. I'm like, that's a weird connection. I was correct.
Fuck.
I was fucking correct.
You think they're gonna make the Sims movie woke, AC?
It's a fucking Sims game, Chris. It's just gonna have random people doing random bullshit. It's definitely not for the people who would shout about woke, though. Sims, as a game, is not meant for people who shout about woke, because they are very boring people who play the same thing over and over again and never change it, because if they change it, ooh, scary, something different.
So on the topic of woke thing, you guys might have noticed a certain list, on the internet, called the Woke Content Directors Curated List of Games. It's a really big list filled with many games, and they basically recommend, not recommend, informational, based on like how much wokeness is in the game. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna have AC give me some names of some games that he's been played, and I'm gonna control F, and I'm also gonna take some recommendations from chat, to see if it is indeed woke or not.
I've got a couple of games here we can check for wokeness.
Okay, give me one.
Okay, for a start, here's my starter game, Baldur's Gate. Let's start her out with a softball here.
Which one? 3, 2.
Let's start with Baldur's Gate 3, the one I actually have played.
Okay. What do you want to take a guess?
What? Why would your TV wall mount yeet itself? I would say no. It's not woke at all. It's just a story.
Not recommended. Contains overly pro-LGBTQ plus messaging, non-binary/other options available for identity in the character creation menu. Uses body type instead of male and female. Optional homosexual romance. In big red letters, not recommended. Sorry, Baldur's Gate 3 is just too woke.
Okay, how about Halo Reach?
Let me see. There are no Halo games on this list.
That is pathetic. Doom.
Actually, wait. Maybe Control F is doing that thing where I have to like fucking scroll down. Wait, hold on.
It's not having it.
Oh, it's like a fucking Google Doc type thing, or like a spreadsheet. So let me try scrolling all the way down. Halo. Let me see. Let me try. Just hope you would think it's just in like fucking alphabetized, but I don't see any Halos. Games. I don't see any Halos.
That is pathetic. How about Warframe? No, let's throw Nerf a bone here. What about Nerf Frame? I'm gonna call it Nerf Frame.
Okay, it is on lists. You want to try to guess?
It is not recommended.
Nope, not recommended. Contains overtly pro LGBTQ plus messaging, various pride flag items. I'm sorry, Nerf. Your game is just too woke.
Okay, let's go with one of my all-time favorite games, Star Wars Jedi Academy.
Let's see.
I can pull out my deep cut random games that no one's ever heard of.
There's Battlefront, Squadrons, KOTOR, Old Republic. I don't see anything. Let me try just putting Jedi. Jedi Academy is not on this list.
Okay, then let's try Star Wars: The Old Republic.
Let's see. Old Republic. Okay, you wanna take a guess?
Absolutely not recommended. You can be as gay as fuck in this game. Also, it recommends, not being an asshole.
Well, you're wrong.
Storylines.
It's informational. Oh. Contains subtly pro LGBTQ plus messaging. Multiple retroactive updates included many minor LGBTQ plus characters and interactions, including homosexual flirtation/romance options. So it's woke, but not woke enough to be angry about. Okay.
Interesting.
Nerf recommended Orcs Must Die.
Orcs Must Die 2.
I don't see Orcs Must Die 2 on this.
I got another one.
Let's see. Yeah, Orcs Must Die 2 is not on this one.
Interesting. How about Elder Scrolls?
Which one?
Let's say Skyrim.
Skyrim. Take a guess.
No.
It's informational. Contains subtly pro-LGBTQ plus messaging. Contains subtly pro-DEI messaging. Homosexual marriage options. An NPC in Whiterun asks you whether the sight of a strong Nord woman offends you. That's so dumb.
That is absurd.
Oh
Okay,
god, and just a few ones up is Undertale, and that's not recommended. Because
Okay, what does it say about it?
Okay. Contains overtly pro-LGBTQ plus messaging, multiple non-binary characters that use they, them pronouns, including the player character. 2 major characters can form a homosexual relationship. They're so mad.
Bruh.
Oh, God.
Feeble.
Oh, so dumb. Fucking Pal
Okay.
World.
Pal World's on there!
Yeah.
Okay, I got one.
Okay, let's see.
Soul Calibur 6.
Ooh, Soul Calibur. Soul Calibur is not on this list.
Feeble. How about... let me see. Let's say
Oh, I was looking,
Fallout
scrolling.
76.
Okay, Fallout 76, let's see. Fallout 76. 4, New Vegas 3, Fallout 2. Okay, you want to take a guess?
Not recommended, because it's... Yeah?
Yeah.
Because,
Contains
yeah.
overly pro-LGBTQ plus messaging, pride flags, and player icons, multiple LGBTQ plus NPCs and interactions, including non-binary NPCs that use they, them pronouns. I can't get over this. They literally created a list just to fucking categorize if it's woke or not. They're so mad.
Okay, wait. I want Call of Duty Modern Warfare. That is like... That sounds like a game that this anti-woke crowd would be obsessed with.
Let's see. It's got Modern Warfare 1, 2, 3...
Just give me any Call of Duty.
Okay.
I do not give a shit which one. Just pick one at random.
Okay, so Modern Warfare 2019. Not recommended. Contains overtly pro-LGBTQ plus images, multiple pride flag calling cards, and emblems.
Interesting.
Man, I mean, judging how many times you get called the F slur in multiplayer, this game is just full of wokeness and gay people.
Okay, what about CS:GO?
Counter-Strike. Okay, let's see. CS:GO. Maybe Counter-Strike. Okay, so they have 2 Counter-Strike on it. Counter-Strike 2. No, they just have Counter-Strike 2.
No, I mean, I think they turned CS:GO into Counter-Strike too.
Contains no woke content.
That's predictable. Let's say... What's something that's...
Fucking Witcher 3, 2, and then 1 are on here.
Okay, read all three. Do them
Okay,
in descending order.
So 2 and 1 contains no woke content. Witcher 3 is informational, contains subtly pro-LGBTQ plus messaging. Several minor characters provide exposition regarding their experiences as homosexual individuals. This exposition includes light social commentary.
Okay,
Fucking Dark Souls is on here. Helldivers 2 is on here. Oh god, I gotta read this Helldivers 2 one. It's categorized as informational. Contains subtly pro-LGBTQ plus messaging. Contains subtly pro-DEI messaging. No clear distinction between male or female aside from voice options. The intro notably features a mixed race family.
Bro, aren't they supposed to be just... fucking corpses for the meat grinder? That's all you play as.
And fuck all the Dark Souls games are on here.
Bruh. How are where's the Dark Souls 1? Do Dark Souls 1. Where I want them to tell me where this fucking gay bullshit is.
Okay.
In that game. Cuz I'm like
It's Dark Souls Remastered. Contains subtly
Okay.
pro LGBTQ plus messaging. The boss character Gwendolyn was born a male but raised as a female, and given clothes and a magic ring to help him act like a female.
okay, that
And-
just sounds like abuse, but
And then two, there's a gender swap coffin and things betwixt that allows a player character to change back and forth between male and female. And the same thing with Scholar of the First Sin. And then Dark Souls 3, Reversal Ring allows the character to perform the animations associated with the opposite biological sex.
I don't know, that sounds funny to me. Like something I just do. Okay, let's try something. Try FIFA.
FIFA, okay. No matches. It's not even on this game, on this list.
Interesting. Try NBA. I need to remember it's American, so you need to put the American sports in there.
No, not on here.
It's not on there. Interesting. Let's try Borderlands 1.
Borderlands Enhanced contains no woke content.
I mean, it's just people shooting each other and killing.
It also
each other.
has 3, 2, and pre-sequel.
Okay, list them all.
2 and pre-sequel are informational. Contains subtly pro-LGBTQ plus messaging. Several minor characters have dialogue revealing homosexual or bisexual tendencies for both of those. And then 3 is not recommended.
Why? Do you play as
Contains
a gay character?
contains overly pro-LGBTQ plus messaging, multiple non-binary and LGBTQ plus characters. The Love and Tentacles DLC features a homosexual relationship. The player character Flack wears a non-binary pin because he's a robot and he doesn't have a gender.
Wait. They said not recommended because the robot wears a non. The robot. Let me get this straight. The fucking robot wears a pin, so it's not recommended.
Yep. That and there's a homosexual relationship in the Love and Tentacles DLC.
Can you explain to me again why these people give a shit?
Because the sight of gay and non-binary people makes them angry. That's why.
Is this because they're all in the closet and their parents shout at them for even remotely approaching the door of their closet, so therefore they have to be angry at everyone else? Because that's the only explanation I can think of
Possibly.
that makes any sense.
I mean, the
anything
whole
else
thing
I'm like,
about
that's probably a lie.
the whole thing about like fucking anti-gay like congressmen getting outed as being gay is like such a common thing. Like it's funny
common
that
to the point of
it's funny like when the Republican National Conference happened, like there was like a surge of grinder like matches and stuff.
And they were all at the conference, like people.
Yeah.
There was apparently a bunch of like gay hookups at the conference. I'm like, that's the funniest shit I've ever heard in my life.
Hey, I'm not gay though. I'm not gay. I just hooked up with this guy this one time at the RNC.
Yeah, man, I'm not gay, but I hooked up with a guy at the RNC. You did what? You have a grinder profile? What the fuck are you doing on grinder?
Oh, it's so fucking stupid.
My dude. It is.
Any more
Titanfall
games?
2. Do Titanfall 2.
Titanfall 2. Okay, let's see. No Titanfall.
Apex Legends.
Ooh, I remember seeing Apex Legends. Not recommended. Contains overly pro LGBTQ plus messaging. Features multiple LGBTQ plus characters. Catalyst is trans. Bloodhound is non-binary and uses they them pronouns.
Bruh. This list is shit. Oh, also...
Dude, they have fucking RuneScape is on here.
Wait, why is RuneScape on there? It's ancient.
Not recommended. Contains overly pro LGBTQ plus messaging. The event titled Tales of Pride features LGBTQ characters and interactions, a pride flag banner, and a rainbow cosmetic items. Oh, let me see if Yakuza is on here.
Terraria, probably.
Uh,
Lindy requests Terraria.
Oh God, Yakuza is on here. Okay.
Wait, which ones? Which ones?
I think all of them. Okay. Like a Dragon. What do you think?
Not recommended. There is pro-gay on there because apparently they're just very comfortable in their sexuality, so they don't. So the Yakuza
So
don't give a shit.
it's informational. That's Like a Dragon, the one with Ichiban. Contains
I know which one I'm
subtly pro LGBTQ plus messaging. A party chat titled "Gender Politics" provides lighthearted social commentary on gender discrimination. Okay, let's go to the other ones. Let's do with Kiwami. What do you think?
Informational?
Yep. Contains subtly pro LGBTQ plus messaging. A recurring character dresses up in drag and takes on an alternate persona. This interaction is presented in a humorous way. I think maybe they're talking about Mama.
I think they're talking about Mama. It's presented in a humorous way, but it's not like.
I mean,
disrespectful.
she stays like that for like several games, and like it doesn't really feel like a
I don't
humorous
think she ever
thing.
stops being like that.
Yeah.
I mean, she's treated as a humorous character, but I don't think they treat like the fact that she cross-dresses as humorous.
That
She's just
person
treated as a
dresses
weird
up.
character.
Wow. No, I don't think they play it for laughs.
If I remember correctly, everybody just kind of ignores that she's actually a dude, and they just treat her like she's a woman.
Yeah.
I remember Kiryu just referring to her as a woman the entire time he
Yeah.
interacts with her, and he doesn't even flinch at the stuff. He's like, okay, well, moving on.
Okay, so
Like, that's his entire reaction.
Yakuza 0. What do you think, AC?
I'd say informational or recommended.
Yeah, informational. Contains subtly pro LGBTQ plus messaging. One of the bosses in the game is a sexually suggestive drag queen who makes homosexual
Oh, yeah.
advances towards the player character.
I remember that. That was a really weird boss.
And then Yakuza 3,
Gay as fuck.
informational. Contains subtly
Huh.
pro LGBTQ plus messaging. A conversation with the minor character reveals that character is transgender. The conversation includes commentary on gender identity disorder. Okay, let's see Terraria.
No, if you have a point, it does just look at the flat surfaces of everything.
Oh boy, you want to take a guess on Terraria, AC?
Not recommended. It has extreme gayness.
Yes, exactly. Only the gays play Terraria. Contains overly pro LGBTQ plus messaging. Update 1.4.5 includes a retroactive removal of gender selection from the character creation menu. The gender change potion uses the same colors as a pride flag.
That's so funny.
Okay. Let's see. Let's scroll down.
I think the
Bioshock.
gender change potion, though, should have used the
Dude,
transform.
Bioshock Infinite is not recommended. Contains overly anti-Western society and overly pro-DEI messaging. Colombia's residents are hyper-exaggerated racist caricatures of 19th century Americans. Heavy social commentary on racism.
Do these guys not know what 19th century America looked like? Were they just not paying attention, or did they
Dude.
just assume that everyone was
One of the whole plot points is like the people that are black there don't want to be treated like second-class citizens, and this list is like, oh, that's too woke. Sorry.
You mean that was like literal history?
Yeah.
And they don't like being reminded that America was kind of shit for a lot of people
Fuck.
for a long time?
Stardew Valley is on.
Okay, how unrecommended is Stardew Valley? Because you can
It's-
be gay.
It's informational. Contains subtly
Huh.
pro LGBTQ plus messaging, homosexual marriage options.
just informational?
Yeah,
Interesting.
that's crazy.
That's weird, bizarre.
Okay, let's see. Let's go down. Let's find some of the red ones.
What's a game that's just insane that they put it on there in the ranking they gave it?
Among Us is on here.
What?
Not
What?
recommended. Sorry. Among Us is just too woke. Contains overtly pro LGBTQ plus messaging pride flag nameplates. What was it?
Can I say something here quick?
What?
Fucking what? It's a game where there are no characters. So, is it gay because there's gay players or because you can have a rainbow?
Maybe both.
Are they saying rainbow means gay? Is that what they're putting down here?
Star Wars Squadrons is not recommended. Contains overtly pro LGBTQ plus messaging. The NPC Kyo Venzi is non-binary and uses they/them pronouns. This character also wears a helmet with the non-binary flag colors on it.
Okay, and I should give a shit about this opinion because
It's too woke. AC Star Wars is being too woke.
what?
Don't you know?
Yeah, there's no hate. There's a character who has some weird colors, has some coincidental colors, and doesn't conform.
Fable Anniversary.
Okay, read this one to me. I
Inf-
love Fable Anniversary. It's such a cool game.
Informational. Contains subtly pro LGBTQ plus messaging, homosexual romance and marriage options, optional polyamory or polygamy.
Huh.
Oh
Okay.
god,
Fable
dude.
2. Fable 2.
Let me see. Fable.
So Lost, yeah, Fable 2 and 3.
No, just Fable Anniversary. That's it.
That is weak. 'cause
Dude, Bully Scholarship Edition is not recommended.
You mean the game made by Australians for children? The game based off a show made by Australians for children.
Wait, what?
I'm talking about Bluey, you absolute buffoon.
No, I said Bully.
Bully.
Yeah, by
Bully.
Rockstar. Contains
Bully's not
overly
recommended.
What? pro LGBTQ plus messaging. The player character can kiss other boys. There is an achievement for doing so called Over the Rainbow.
Honestly, that's amazing. What do you mean? Wild Heart? Why are you...
Why is AC
why?
blind in games?
I am not, though. I can see perfectly fine. What are you talking about?
Saints Row is on here.
Which one?
The third remastered, and 4 looks like.
You mean the ones where you can beat people to death with a giant dildo?
Yeah. Walking Dead series is on here.
They're idiots.
Age of Empires.
Wait. Why is Age of Empires on there?
Let's see. There's 3, 2 Extended Edition, Definitive Edition, Empire 2 Definitive, 3 Definitive, 4 Anniversary. So the only one that's in red is Age of Empires 3 Definitive Edition. And it says, contains overtly pro-DEI and overtly anti-colonialism messaging. A developer note displayed upon launch states how problematic and harmful aspects of the original game have been changed.
I mean... what? Bruh.
Let me see. Let me scroll down. Steins Gate.
Wait, is that a game or that's a fucking anime?
They got some games. There's Steins Gate 0, Steins Gate Elite, Steins Gate Linear Bounded
Okay, read them all.
Phenogram. Okay.
I gotta know what these idiots think.
So, Steins Gate 2016. Not recommended, contains overtly pro-LGBTQ plus messaging, features a story about gender fluidity, a major character switches between male and female over the course of the story, homosexual romance. Steins Gate Zero, informational, contains subtly pro-LGBTQ plus messaging. The NPC Luca Urashibara is a homosexual cross-dressing male. Steins Gate Elite, not recommended, contains overtly pro-LGBTQ plus messaging, features a story about gender fluidity.
Lol.
Oh, it's just the same thing about Gate.
They've become very repetitive at this point. Like,
Yeah.
the thing they say is just like the same over and over again.
Dude,
It's like they
dude.
don't have creativity or like an ability to like
Dude,
actually say what their
There's-
problem is with it.
there's a game called A Gay Love Story about gay love. And that's not recommended because it contains overtly pro-LGBTQ plus messaging, features homosexual romance. Why are they so angry all the time about this shit?
Bruh, rechat.
What? It sounds like the baker that shares her things customers have actually said stories, and a customer came in and threw a hissy fit because there is a cake with rainbow confetti in the display case and commissioned a not gay cake because apparently if there's a rainbow on it, it's gay. Baker said, "Sorry, I used rainbow mixing bowls, so all my cakes are gay. Find someone else."
Bruh.
Dude, Crash Team Rumble is not recommended.
What? What about Insane Trilogy? Or
Okay.
Crash Bandicoot in general.
Let me see.
This shit's so dumb.
No, just Crash Team Rumble. I think that's the racing or the party game. Contains overly pro
it's party.
LGBTQ plus messaging. The playable character
What?
Catbat is non-binary and uses they them pronouns.
Why? Who cares?
Oh my god.
Why do they care?
Oh fuck. Gotham
Bruh,
Knights
it's just-
is informational.
Okay, what about Arkham City?
Okay. Let me see if there's
The
any.
one that has.
Let me see if there's any Batman games. Does not look like it.
Interesting, because Harley and Ivy are clearly gay as fuck.
Yeah, there's like no Batman games.
What the shit? That's so dumb. What about Mortal Kombat?
Oh shit. Okay. Let me see.
See what they have to say about Mortal Kombat and its odd.
There's only one. There's only one game, Mortal Kombat 1. Not recommended. Contains overly pro-DI messaging. Multiple male characters have been retconned and emasculated. Nearly all people of authority are female. Gender swap characters offered as DLC. They're so angry. They're so angry.
But like, I don't understand their anger.
Oh my
Although I will
God.
say, I think we've had enough fun with this. We're gonna move on to the hardest part of today's stream. For Chris.
Oh, also, I forgot. I don't know why I forgot to put it on here, but oh, that's why. Let's see.
Oh wait, there's
Then-
one other thing actually that happened this week as well that I need to talk about that I just remembered.
Okay, what?
So this is big for anyone who grew up watching Top Gear
Mhm.
or the Grand Tour. The last episode ever aired on Friday.
Mhm.
Like, they're not making any more, they're done. It was like, that is one of the only things I've watched that actively made me cry at the end. And it wasn't even sad. But also, look up Pony Island quick. No, I've had a
Okay.
request.
Oh, on the list. Okay.
Yeah, but also, so while you're looking that up,
Nope, doesn't exist.
of course not. They're not very good at their job. So, it ran for like 22 years, dude.
Mhm.
And then the last episode ended with them returning to Botswana, which was the place where the very first Top Gear special took place. Back in like 2017 years ago, whatever the fuck 2017 years ago it was. My brain is not mathing. It was 2003. No, it wasn't 2003. It was 2005. 2008. I think. What year was 17 years ago?
I have no clue.
Yes, give me the answer. 2007. I was a year off,
Ah.
and it's maybe you didn't grow up with it because you're an American and you're feeble, but I still recommend watching. Just even if you just go watch One for the Road, and nothing else, I highly recommend watching it, Chris.
What, Top Gear?
That the Grand Tour. So it's the last episode. You'll find it's on Amazon Prime. That last episode. It doesn't. I don't think Amazon Prime has Top Gear. I think you need like BBC iPlayer or some shit for that.
Maybe.
But if you want to go watch the last one, I highly recommend it. You probably won't feel like I did when I watched it because I grew up watching that shit. But it's still still a very fun thing to watch.
So, the thing I was gonna mention is Nintendo is suing Palworld. Yes, really.
Why are they suing them now?
So this is from the Nintendo website. On today actually, filing lawsuit for infringement of patent rights against Pocket Pair Inc. They filed a patent infringement lawsuit in the Tokyo District Court against Pocket Pair on the September 18th, so yesterday. Lawsuit seeks an injunction against infringement and compensation for damages on grounds that Palworld, a game developed and released by the defendant, infringes multiple patent rights. Nintendo will continue to take necessary actions against any infringement of its intellectual property rights, including the Nintendo brand itself, to protect the intellectual properties it has worked hard to establish over the years. And I don't know what the patent is either, and apparently neither does Palworld. Because they released a statement on Twitter regarding the lawsuit. Yesterday, a lawsuit was filed against our company for patent infringement. We have received notice of this lawsuit and will begin the appropriate legal proceedings and investigations into the claims of patent infringement. At this moment, we are unaware of the specific patents we are accused of infringing upon, and we have not been notified of such details.
Yeah, it's a very bizarre thing. Flatten out the competitors. It does sound a bit like a slap suit.
It's crazy that you can do this, but not put anything down for like, oh, these are the patents that we're like suing you for. It's really weird. I know that we talked about Palworld like in the beginning of the podcast at some point.
Yeah.
I did not think that they were actually gonna like sue them. I don't know if it's based on like the PALs themselves, or maybe they put like some assets that were Nintendo in design or something. I'm not too sure, because from what I remember, they do like have like a Nintendo Switch looking thing, like that you can kind of like the Sheikah Slate in Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, I think. Yeah, this came out of nowhere.
That really did.
Yeah. I hope it doesn't mean like Palworld is gonna get like shut down or something.
I mean, they're probably gonna try. However, I do think that has now brought us to the actual end of everything we had for today's docket.
Well,
List of discussions.
one like little thing. Horizon Zero Dawn Remastered is rated by the ESRB. Another game gets remastered instead of no new IPs. No new IPs. I'm sad.
No.
I'm sad.
Damn. That sucks.
Yeah. What are you gonna do?
Okay. So, last week Chris was given some homework, which he failed. He failed his homework?
Dude, I just can't get into fucking Kamen Rider Double. I just can't get into it. I tried the first episode and it was like
Can you-
it just dragged on and on and on.
Can
And
you
then I
can you
tr-
explain why you didn't get into it? Like, what made you bounce off of it?
So I was watching the first episode, right? It started with like the guy getting shot, him giving the hat to the person, and then it cut to like a lady arriving at this detective agency. She says, "Oh, I bought the building," and around there, that's when I just lost interest and I couldn't handle it. Like, so
She
with
didn't
me-
buy the building.
So with me, I have 2 monitors on my desk. I have
Yeah.
something playing on the second monitor, and I'm like browsing Reddit or Twitter or something on the other one. And
Yeah.
the whole time I was watching it, I was like, God, I want to watch something else. The whole time I was watching it.
That is a shame, because your first thing is you said she came in and said she bought the place, right?
Yeah.
She inherited it. She didn't buy it. The guy who got shot at the beginning was her dad.
And then I
Part
went
of
to
the drama.
then I went to
Part
the
of
second
drama
episode
comes from just like,
because AC said, "Oh, just watch the second episode. You'll get into it." And then
I said try the second episode, because like you're not getting the first. Sometimes if you go a bit further in the story, something grips you, because like more interesting stuff happens as the story goes on. You know what I mean?
and then I watched the beginning of the second episode of Kamen Rider Double.
Yeah. He
And
doesn't
then-
get to any of the good bits. He just skips
and
stops
and then
the-
there's this thing that topples this car, and like it's like horrible CGI. It's like I'm watching like a 2000s like animated or like live action show with like really bad effects, and
I
I'm
will
like,
say
okay.
the funniest part is, right, this man has watched all of Power Rangers.
Not all of Power Rangers. I mean, I remember watching Power Rangers when I was a little kid, but I never watched all of Power Rangers.
We're not skip to the fights. Yeah, I mean, Kamen Rider has some fucking epic fights, dude. And Double had some of what I would consider some of the better fights, but yeah. Although I haven't also, I'm starting a reaction series on Wizard, and that had some amazing fight scenes in it. But like, it's interesting though that you couldn't get into it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because I've seen you get into things where I'm like, that's more mild or mid than the stuff than a lot of the Kamen Rider stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I even picked like one of the easier series to actually get into, because it has a lot of interesting ideas, especially with like the way Shotaro and Philip's powers work, where they like meld into one dude. It's like 2 dudes who turn into one, and they always have to like be this perfect combo team to work. But like, I can also kind of see why you'd bounce off of it. It has like some slow moments, and it also has like some very anime feeling moments.
Yeah.
You watched all of Power Rangers to study the series? Okay, in fairness, I'm watching through all of Kamen Rider to not so much study it, but just because I've seriously enjoyed watching pretty much all of it. Like, I'm currently watching several series at once, because I'm watching Kamen Rider Revice, because it's one of the more recent ones. Then I'm also watching Kamen Rider Kugo, which is the very, very first of the Heisei Kamen Rider series.
Mm-hmm.
And its tone is vastly, wildly different. And then for YouTube, I'm watching Kamen Rider Wizard, which is got some of the coolest action I've seen. And apparently Nova loves the sound effect of the transformations, which was an interesting thing to hear when I also tuned into her and Van playing fucking, what was it, Resi 5, but they were both as 2 separate Kamen Riders. Also, Zach, dude, those series sound so good. I've watched a lot of Dragon Ball.
But when I remember I watched Shin Kamen Rider, which was like my first thing Kamen Rider related.
Yeah.
I felt like the exact same way. I was like bored the whole time, just like looking at other stuff on my monitor.
It's odd because I enjoyed watching that quite a lot. Shin Kamen Rider, although at the time it was also like 2 a.m. when I was watching it. So I need to figure out like what hooks you in a series, because you also enjoyed like some stuff I would consider insanely mundane to watch. Like, I tried watching Bluey and I got bored after like 30 seconds.
Well, that's just because you hate children.
No, it's because I found it boring as fuck.
And you hate children. You don't like good television, that's why.
Yes, but you also said you really like, things you said you like, Chris. Leave me wondering if you even have any good media literacy.
Oh my god, shut up. Shut your face. I hate you.
No, you don't, but you wish you did.
Yeah, I wish I hated you. I just can't, I can't
Indeed.
hate, I can't help but love this green idiot.
But the thing, like, the things I like watching, I like Kamen Rider Double because it's basically like a noir detective show, right? So you watch through it and you're like, okay, cool. Once the main mystery kicks in, it gets really, really, really interesting. I can see why you'd bounce off Shin Kamen Rider, because it's basically just a retelling of the original Kamen Rider series, right? So it's Ichigo's story just retold again, but like slightly better effects and a little bit more edgy. So like Ichigo dies, there's a lot of like edgy bullshit that happens. But then, so I would never recommend watching Heisei or Showa era Ichigo, so the original Ichigo. I'd never recommend that to you because I don't think you would enjoy that at all. Because weirdly episodic, unless you really like, say, Knight Rider. If you like Knight Rider, you'd actually probably enjoy Kamen Rider, the original
Knight Rider,
one,
that's
back in, like,
that's the one with the talking car. Yeah.
And what's his name? The guy, he appears for like a Happy Tree Friends. Yes, I also liked Happy Tree Friends. That was demented as fuck.
Yeah, Happy Tree Friends is funny.
It was, but it was also incredibly demented.
Yes.
And if you tell me it wasn't, you're lying. Oh yeah, David Hasselhoff. That's the one who.
Oh,
in
yeah.
fucking Knight Rider. It was David Hasselhoff. And his like talking car, and they do and they like go around. It's pretty cool. What do you mean?
Okay.
Chris
Oh,
looks
also-
like Kid Fisto. I'm Kid Fisto. He's this.
I'm
This-
the more handsome dude on the left. He's the ugly green alien
Handsome.
guy. Also, there's a RGG summit
Bunch of
tomorrow.
those.
I forgot. I wish it happened like today. We could have like gotten some info about what's gonna get announced. But they're most likely gonna announce like the next Yakuza or Judgment game. It looks like.
What the fuck are the Judgment games?
You haven't played Judgment or Lost Judgment?
No.
They're like a
Never even heard of
side.
it.
They're like a side Yakuza game where you play as a detective,
Keep in
or
mind,
not
I've only been
a
playing
a detective like / lawyer.
I've been playing only the main games.
Yeah. So you know how Like a Dragon is like, and the Yakuza games are going like turn-based forward.
Yeah.
The Judgment series are just like strict beat 'em ups, just like the old Yakuza games.
So like the Kiryu games.
Yeah. And you get like different styles and stuff, so it's really cool.
Yeah, Lindy made my model. It took her 2 days. Just the physics on like the tentacles took her 2 days, and she almost lost her mind.
But yeah, you have
Don't
anything
make
else
her relive those
to talk about, AC?
No, we only have a game to resolve that you've
Oh,
been unable to win at, which means you're going to be tortured with another series you're going to bounce off of till I find something you actually watch through.
like what?
You'll see. You'll see. I have some ideas. Actually, I have many ideas. I always have too many ideas, if I'm honest.
Okay, well, I think that brings our podcast to an end. If AC doesn't have anything else to talk about, and I don't
I
have
do
anything
have a
else
quiz
to talk
for
about.
you.
Okay, what's the quiz? Hurry up, let's go.
You know the... you're trying to rush me here so you don't have to do it. I see how it goes.
So I only got up to a little bit in the beginning of episode 1. So, and I wrote notes.
So all the questions I have here, can be answered from episode 1.
Okay.
There are baseline questions that are things that either you should have noticed, that are kind of character-based in design-wise, or they are just, general things that are revealed in the first episode, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, question number 1, which is one that amuses me immensely. What does Philip wear in his hair?
Who's Philip?
So Philip... Oh, you didn't even get to Philip?
No.
You didn't even meet Shotaro's partner? Okay, so you're going to have to look up Philip quickly. Because... So... I will give you the answer to this, because if you're asking me who's Philip, then you make me sad. You missed, like, the best character you probably would have loved, but you couldn't give your ADHD any taming to even get there.
Yeah, was this the dude like in the beginning of in the building where they get shot at?
It's the dude they saved from the building, yes.
Yeah, I don't remember this dude.
So you didn't even see him you didn't even fucking see his rider form.
I mean, I saw like a little bit of it in the second episode.
You make me so sad, Chris. You couldn't even hold out just to see him transform once. You didn't even get a chance to see one of the coolest transformation sequences.
Yeah, but
Philip
has a
all
hat.
Of Kamen Rider.
He has a hat.
No. Philip wears paper clips. Actually, they're actually called bull clips, but yes, he wears bull clips to hold his hair back.
Okay, I guess I didn't. I guess I didn't see the part where he takes off his hat. Then.
No, Shotaro is the one who wears a hat.
Oh, I guess. Okay, I don't count that one. What's the next question?
The next question is, what does everyone call Shotaro that annoys him immensely? And I will preface that it's the one joke that, like, is said within the first minute of the show. He gets called it all the time.
I gotta look up who this dude is. Shotaro.
You don't even know who Shotaro is. He's part of Kamen Rider Double. He's the detective half of Kamen Rider Double. Who's not an encyclopedia.
Okay, so don't count this one. I literally got up to the part where they're talking.
You don't
even
know the main character's name. Shotaro's the main character who it follows throughout most of the show.
That's how bad I couldn't get into it. What's the next question? Don't count that one.
It's also, he gets annoyed whenever everyone calls him a half-boiled egg. Or a soft-boiled egg. Because he always wanted to be a hard-boiled detective. You know, like a noir detective.
Okay. I know what hard-boiled means. If that's one of the questions.
No, the next question is, what are the monsters called?
I didn't get that far.
You didn't even see a single dopant.
I told you! I literally got into the beginning of the first episode where the lady goes
to the end of the episode.
Where the lady goes into the building and talks to the dude.
You just needed to power through that first episode.
Next question.
But you couldn't even bring yourself to watch that much Japanese. You needed English to tide you through.
Next question.
What is Shotaro's default memory called?
I don't know that.
So the memories are what they use to transform. Now, because Chris is this feeble, I have to now show him what it looks like when they transform.
I'm sorry. It's your fault for giving me a Kamen Rider thing.
No, you're just weak. You can't even... You gave me a show that I was just like, but I still watched.
Look,
all of
okay,
it.
look, it's different.
I had the discipline to do the homework.
It is so different because I don't give a shit about Kamen Rider, and then you give me a show.
I didn't give a shit about the Avengers. I haven't given a shit for the last.
Dude,
10
no,
years.
you're lying. You like Marvel characters. Shut up. I know you do.
I barely watch any of it. Look, I'm sharing it with you, so now you can watch. See, look, paper clips.
Okay, I don't even know.
See, this is Philip. This here is Philip. He has paper clips in his hair. It also has fucking banger music for the transformations. Very noir detective. Very demure. And seeing a T-Rex head do this charge and attack. Cyclone and Joker, man.
God, that sucked. They didn't even say it cool. They're supposed to be like Henshin.
You want one of them to do that? That's not these ones. They're more cool about it. Oh, also, this is from the second episode. And they have one of the best fucking lines. One of the best fucking attack lines in the entire fucking franchise.
Okay, next question, please.
You make me so sad. The next one was what?
Also,
okay,
put your
I'm
model
giving
back
you the
on
answer
on
to-
screen.
What?
Stop sharing.
Okay.
There. Okay.
Yeah, no, Lindy helped me ask these questions. She saw just clips of everything. She saw literally clips of this. She knew all the answers.
Next question.
You just didn't want to do it. The next question is, what is Philip's memory called? I have now, and if you complain, I have given you the answer. You just watch the clip which gives you that answer.
It's either Cyclone or Joker.
Which one?
Which one was Philip? What did Philip? Philip was the one. Philip was the one with the stuff in his hair, right?
Yes.
Cyclone.
Yes, there you got one correct. The last question you can't even ask. Actually, you can't. You can probably answer it in its most basic level. But what are Gaia memories?
God, I wrote down
This
all
is
these
easy.
notes like what did the tag in his hat say? What did the book say? What was the name for the book? What does hard boiled mean? What are the names of like the characters? And like you just give me this shit.
I did ask you, but I asked you something about Philip, and you couldn't even tell me who shot the.
I didn't even know who Philip was.
Yeah, and he's like, you meet him just after the bit that you were like, I can't even. You could get if you gave me homework, right? I would watch it, even if I fucking hated it. I would still watch the 5 episodes and be like, I'd come back to you and be like, yeah, no, that wasn't for me, but I still watched all of it. I watched every episode through to the end, and then was like, that piece of media was interesting. Here's what I took away from it, but I did not like it. It was not for me. I will not watch it any further. But that first bit was pretty, yes.
Okay, what's the next question?
Yeah, that was the last question. I only gave you 5 because you couldn't even finish one.
All right, I passed. I passed. Thank you.
You got 1 right. You got
Yes.
me 1 right, and I gave you the answer. That does not count. That counts as a loss. Which means now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna give you. You watch Power Rangers, right?
I used
I had
to.
an idea. You've seen Power Rangers, right? And
Yeah.
you've had enough focus that you could finish entire Power Rangers stuff, right?
I mean, I was a kid with like.
But you still finished it, right?
I didn't finish the whole series. I was when
You
I was
watched-
a kid.
no, you
When
watched whole seasons, right?
when I was a kid, I was not sentient. Okay.
You did watch whole seasons, correct?
Maybe I don't know.
You watched all of Mighty Morphin, and you watched like.
No, I don't think so.
You listed this a bunch when I asked you which ones you watched.
Yes, because I remember watching them. I don't remember watching every single episode of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
Well, no, I was asking because that's just the first one that came out. It doesn't necessarily mean you watched that one. Which one did you start with? Do you remember starting with? Like, which one do you remember?
I remember watching Mighty Morphin when I was really little, like reruns,
Okay.
and then Dino Force and SPD.
Dino Force and SPD. Interesting. Okay. Which one of those two did you enjoy more?
I think SPD was cooler. Well, I mean, Dino Thunder had dinosaurs in it. But I think if I had to choose, I'd probably pick SPD because they were like cops and stuff.
SPD. Okay, so I have now just realized I know exactly what I'm going to make you watch. I'm going to make you watch, and this is kind of evil, but I'm going to make you watch I'm going to make you watch the Super Sentai series
Oh, God.
that SPD took its footage from. So,
Tokusou Sentai Deca Ranger?
that... show me a picture quick. Just, if you take a screenshot and just send it to me.
Let's see. Copy.
I'm pretty sure it's Deca Ranger.
Paste. I can't even take a copy and paste the picture because they fucking changed the size limit on Discord. Let me copy it. Let me try a
When
different
did they change
image.
the size limit? That's so fucking annoying. But I'm gonna be
Okay.
super nice to you, right?
Here, this one.
So I said... believe it? Let me see.
Just
Show me
send
the
it.
Ranger
Just send it to
forms.
me in Discord.
Actually, you know what? I'm gonna be nice to you. The only thing you have to do... I'm not gonna give you a series. I'm gonna give you a movie. You have to finish the movie. It is gonna be... this movie. This is Tokusatsu Sentai Deca Ranger 10 years after. So this is a movie. It doesn't have... so you only have to watch through one movie. You don't have to watch your series. You have to finish just one movie. And then you can see if we can win the quiz. Just one movie. That seems fair. You managed to finish Shin Kamen Rider. I think you can finish one movie. They tend to have
Okay.
slightly better production value. I think you can do the one movie.
How many questions are you gonna have for me for this one? 5 or 8?
Oh, the usual 10.
Okay.
I only did 5 this time because you wimped out on finishing an entire episode. You couldn't even finish one 20-minute episode.
It was so boring.
No, it was the start of an episode, and I don't know what you're talking about boring. It starts with a man getting shot in the back, and then a building exploding.
Boring.
If that's what Chris... yeah, see, Chris doesn't have any idea what's interesting. He
Okay.
thinks exploding buildings are boring. He has spent far too much time in America where such things are normal.
Yeah.
They happen according to myth and legend, they happen once a year on a mythical day where everyone remembers
All right.
something.
While
or other.
you're going on that little rant tirade, I'm gonna see if we have any message or questions in the email.
This is a good idea.
And to idiotgamersmail@gmail.com if you guys want to send us an email with a question, we will answer it live on the podcast and on stream. Yeah, it's to idiotgamersmail@gmail.com.
It is
yeah.
indeed. Drop us them questions.
Nothing's coming
Although
out
we also
so
got
far.
a redeem a question redeemed.
AC, why are you blind in games? Wildheart asked.
Why am I blind in games? Because Saber likes to blame me for us getting shot by the enemy when they're invisible.
What is this referring to? You guys were playing Halo again, right?
It's down to Halo. It's always back down to Halo. It's not my fault the enemies were always invisible and shooting us and their shields wouldn't pop.
Mmm.
I don't understand how it could possibly be my fault.
Maybe we're just bad.
I mean, we were playing on legendary difficulty, so on the hardest possible difficulty, where everything is made harder for reasons. Because we think we're clever, and every time we died, it would reset us to a checkpoint. So that couldn't have helped tensions.
I guess not. Let's see. Refreshing. No questions. So,
Unfortunate.
nothing's coming out.
Oh!
Lindy asks, have you guys played any of the Dragon Quest games? I've only played a little
Yes.
bit of the one that had Trunks in it.
Trunks was in a Dragon Quest?
With the same fucking model for Trunks.
He had the same hairstyle as Trunks? Is what
Yeah.
you mean? He had purple,
11, I think.
a
I don't
purple
know.
bowl cut. Yeah, I played 11 as well. It was kind of fun. I didn't finish. It just stopped being on Game Pass, so I uninstalled it.
XI. I guess that's 11. Fucking
X.
Roman numerals.
Yeah, no, that's 11.
Yeah, and that's when I found out that the composer is like a really bad piece of shit.
How?
He said Japan deserved getting nuked.
Isn't he Japanese?
Yeah.
So he said his country deserved to be nuked.
Let's
Do you know
see.
why he said it? If he's an American, then he's probably more of a piece of shit. But, like, if you look at what the Japanese... I mean, I can see why someone might have that opinion because of what the Japanese did to the Chinese during World War II. They did some horrendous shit. Like, beyond fucked up shit. Like, I wouldn't say they deserve to be nuked. Yeah, but Akira Toriyama did design most of the characters, but like there was a lot of. Wait, which one did you play? The first game, okay. Because they did get better, Zach. 11 played a lot better. Like,
yeah, and I think
significantly
the dude died. Yeah, he died in 2021, and I remember when he died, everyone was real happy because he was such a big piece of shit.
Huh.
Yeah, I don't. Dragon Quest is cool. I can't really get into it. All right, let me refresh again. Any other questions, guys, before we head out? Because AC and I are gonna be watching some Warhammer stuff, some Tithe stuff, and then maybe record the next movie after
X3.
this. X3.
Which I believe is X3. Ooh, you have some content for the YouTube. Oh. Hiro Yoshihiko.
Yoshihiko.
Yes! I actually have ideas for how we could record the Hiro Yoshihiko thing and how we could make it a bit different. It's going to be a bit shorter so we can have quicker content to get out.
Oh God, that yes. Okay.
Hiro Yoshihiko is hilarious.
Yeah, we definitely got to watch that at some point. But yeah, if there's no more questions, let's go ahead and get out of here.
I reckon, do we just leave or do we raid into someone? If we raid into someone, I reckon, who's even alive?
Let's see.
Yeah, we could do Finley.
I'm looking at mine. Let's see. Cora's playing. Let's see. Yeah, let's do Finley.
Yeah, I
Actually-
thought so, that's good.
Oh no, I rated him second time past 30 days.
I mean, I just raid whoever's like live. I'm like, I don't care how many times I raid them. They're live. Huh.
Let's see.
Characters
I haven't rated
Sparkling Zero.
Otaku Dan. He's
I'm
doing some
so
Gunpla stuff.
Okay, we can do that.
He's a Warhammer fan.
Yeah, we can do that. Also,
But yeah.
Sparkling Zero looks so goddamn good. I want that game so fucking
Dude,
bad.
they announced that it was gonna have like 182 characters or something. That's crazy.
That sounds amazing.
I wonder how many are gonna be just fucking Goku. Different variants of Goku.
Wait, do you know anyone besides Goku?
What's up?
Do you know any characters besides Goku?
Of course, I've been watching like Dragon Ball Z since I was a kid. Goku, Vegeta, Boo, Gohan, Goten, Trunks, Bulma.
Okay, how are any of these characters related to each other? How do they even exist in the same space?
What do you mean?
What's their relation? How do they interact? Are they
Okay,
enemies?
well,
Are they friends?
we're done here.
Or are you just listing off the famous characters?
We're done here. AC, do your thing.
Thank you all for coming to listen to us ramble on like a pair of absolute blithering imbeciles, and we'll see you in the next video, in the next podcast.
Yes,
in
next
the next
podcast.
audio. Johnny.
Bye, guys.
Rams.